Hello, Cancer. Welcome to 7-Star Tarot. This is your July reading. Yes, so if you have Cancer as your sun, moon, rising signs, Venus, or any other placements, this could be for you. As you may know, a tarot reading is a holographic map of a particular portion of the universe at any given time. So if this is an accurate map, then good. Please hit the thumbs up. If not, please check out any of your other placements or another reader. Who knows? But it should become fairly clear whether or not this is a relevant map. So in the pre-shuffle, we had some cards come out. I do like to do a pre-shuffle as it gives me some time to contemplate what the energies are looking like or what the message is here. So we have, I think, two sides to the coin here. There's sort of got two people. We've got a page of wands on one side, who's looking a little bit kind of moody. She's kind of standing there with a wand, not kind of looking at you, but sort of not looking at you. Sort of quite hesitant, this page of wands. Quite a kind of ego-based person. Yeah, this page of wands really struggles with their ego. Lots of ego at play, and I think this holds her back from action, gets in the way of things. On the other side, we have the King of Swords, and he's in the reverse. So this is either someone who sort of like overly kind of intellectualizes something. So this person may get stuck in their head too much, or this could be someone who isn't sort of like very careful with the words, or hasn't been very careful with their words in the past, and maybe has kind of unleashed all hell against someone, possibly from quite a kind of intellectual or psychological sort of point of view. So maybe kind of like gone on the attack verbally, potentially. Which, yes, when you obviously like that with the Page of Wands, the result is not going to be very good, because the King of Swords in reverse is kind of, he's going to call it like it is, but he's probably going to call it like it is in the worst possible way, and end up saying something which is potentially quite damaging to the relationship. Whereas obviously in the upright, he'll be very careful about what he says, very conscious of the power that the spoken word has, and be very thoughtful in his interaction, particularly in his interactions with others, but generally in regard to how he deals with the world, will come from a very well thought through method. So yes, in the reverse, not very well thought through, and again potentially with regard to communication. So somebody may have told somebody about themselves, and then this one with the ego being forefront and center would have probably taken offense to that. Big ego is easily bruised. So, and then in the middle we have the Lovers. So this is could be obviously a love relationship, a bit of a lover's tiff. Tiff? A lover's tiff. Is that a word? Yeah, I think you know what I mean anyway. A lover's spat. Sorry, for the American viewers, these are English words. Talking about a lover's quarrel anyway. The Lovers is also about choice. It's about what makes your heart happy. And here we have a representation of the kind of masculine and the feminine energies coming together. So, yes, this looks like a bit of a lover's quarrel here. So there may have been something that's happened in the past with you and somebody else. Got into a bit of a fight. So, underneath, on the row underneath, we have here a Five of Pentacles, and it's in the reverse. So in the upright, the Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold. In the reverse, it's sort of coming out of and it's also to do with kind of like physical poverty. It could be poverty of spirit as well, I suppose. The Page of Wands could be. I mean, it should be technically the one kind of bringing the desire and the passion and the spirit forwards, but yeah, I guess paired with the Five of Pentacles, it would indicate poverty of spirit. But then in the reverse, this is talking about coming out of a situation of wanting to come out of the cold, or beginning to come out of the cold, or maybe a situation that this person was in where they didn't have much kind of physical wealth. They're now kind of coming out of that. And on the side of the King of Swords here, the person who was maybe either overly intellectual or overly cutting with their words in the argument has the Three of Swords, and in the reverse again. So coming out of a situation of traditionally heartbreak, Three of Swords, but feeling of betrayal. I suppose if this person felt that there was a betrayal by the other person, then they would tend to go on the attack, and that would then tend to cause this sense of the mind, sort of, or the swords piercing the heart. So the mind and the ideas and the thoughts that had come about as a result of whatever the interaction was, piercing the heart space. And then we have the Seven of Wands in the middle, which is about being defensive. So I think both people are on the defensive. This person may be the page, maybe because, or the feminine energy here, maybe because she didn't have, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a female, but that's the energy here. Is a younger energy. The King of Swords, obviously, this is a kind of younger female energy. The King of Swords is an older male energy. So yeah, this person obviously defensive about maybe not having very much physical wealth. This person defensive about feeling as though they've been hurt by the other one. So let's clarify some of these now. So the Page of Wands, what more can we find out about the Page of Wands? What aspect of the Page of Wands are we wanting to focus on here, which will give us some more information about who this person is? Oh. They just dropped out, didn't they? Okay, the Knight of Wands in the reverse. The World. And the Three of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, lots of ego again with this person. In and out energy. Very indecisive again, potentially. Lots of indecision here. Lots of action kind of taken without thought. Flighty, unreliable. And then we have the World. This could mean that there is coming an end in this person's energy to this sense of being unreliable and being flighty. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse, which is about, a lack of celebration. It's about not disharmony. Possibly this person's unreliable ways is coming to an end because they're seeing that it breaks relationships. This way of being is damaging to relationships, essentially. So let's take a look at the King of Swords in reverse now. So yeah, so this person is... Oh, look at the Three of Pentacles there. Wanting to achieve harmony with others. But I think this person's ego kept getting in the way. You see the world... The angel here sort of looking back, like almost sorrowfully. Maybe she's looking back at how her actions have caused a breakup of relationships. Maybe this person's kind of starting to almost take responsibility or see that her unreliable ways, which are born out of a defensiveness and a kind of like... The ego is a defense mechanism, isn't it, essentially? So I think what we have here is a battle of egos between two people. And this person's battle of ego is because they don't have enough, or they don't feel like, or they haven't felt like they've had enough physical wealth. And this person's defensive ego is because they feel like their heart's been broken, or their heart's been damaged by something, whether this person or maybe something before this person. So what else do we know about the King of Swords in the reverse? Why is he here and why is he in the reverse? High Priestess in the reverse. So this can talk about secrets, can talk about forcing oneself to kind of keep quiet when you kind of should be speaking up. It can also be about not really being in touch with your own intuition, and potentially with the King of Swords, it could be about letting one's ideas get in the way of intuition. So listening more to the mind than to the intuition. So what else? Queen of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Death in the reverse. Lovers in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. So, we have a person who was maybe quick to anger because it was difficult to stay quiet and listen to one's own intuition. There's like a degeneration of energy here, almost from a Queen of Pentacles to a Page of Pentacles. So this almost like this lack of intuition on this person's part led to coming out of a sense of abundance. They're also facing away from each other, and they're kind of both focusing on their pentacles. Maybe it was like there was like a lack of awareness of maybe it wasn't like a degeneration of the energy here. Maybe this is representing the two people, this one being the page and this one being the queen, facing away from each other, not realizing the significance. Okay, this person, which I think is probably you, Cancer, the King of Swords here, didn't realize how the impact that the different levels of either financial abundance or material wealth that these two people had, they didn't realize. Okay, so I don't think you realized how much of an impact it had. The death and the rebirth, the lovers in the reverse, and in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse. So failure in the love situation. Lack of transformation. Yeah, I think that basically you were not aware of the significance of how much more grounded you were and how much more abundant you were in the physical realm than this other person. And it caused there to be a lack of transformation and growth. In this situation, both in this situation and after this situation had ended, leading to a lack of victory, or leading to a perceived failure, leading to the situation kind of falling apart. And then the King of Swords would become angry, because you would have seen this as like a betrayal or a heartbreak. But really, this person just didn't have what it took to give you what you needed, essentially, I think. And I think the High Priestess in the reverse is telling us that was due to maybe not wanting to see that this person didn't quite have what it took and needed to get themselves more established in order to be able to come to you with an equal partnership. So that's kind of what I'm getting there. So what do we have then for the lovers? Four of Cups in the reverse and the King of Swords in the upright. Four of Cups in the reverse. Four of Cups in the upright is about dissatisfaction with the options that are being given. And here it's sort of like not acknowledging that there is support that's being given. So in the upright is that maybe you're starting to acknowledge that the level of support which was given, the shelter that was given, maybe this person, this page, this sort of egotistical, in and out kind of energy page, maybe they are starting to realize now the shelter that you gave them in the relationship. Maybe they are starting to see your King of Swords in the upright, that you were trying to be just and fair and honorable, that you were trying to see both sides of the coin, and that even though you may have lost your temper at this person, that you were coming from a good place. And I'm not sure whether this person does see that, but I think this King of Swords is saying that that's where you were coming from. You were coming from a good place. It's interesting, this Four of Cups. What is that? This is quite sort of unusual representation. Active involvement, being fully engaged. Right, so the upright meaning is indifference, withdrawal. Yeah, apathy. That's the general meaning of the Four of Cups. Yeah, active involvement. Yeah. So is it saying that because this person is bringing an end to their egotistical ways, that they're wanting more active involvement in this relationship? I mean, I don't know what the state of this relationship is, though. What's the state of this relationship with the defensiveness? What's the state of this relationship currently? Please. What's the state of this relationship? Oh. Something happened there? thought a card flipped over. Okay, state of this relationship at the moment then. Six of Pentacles, so there's no equal give and take in this situation. There's no exchange, probably maybe not talking at this moment in time. The Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. There's no movement. This relationship is experiencing the negative karma of previous occurrences, which is overly egotistical approach and lack of intuition or lack of intuitive knowledge being used, and overly potentially like aggressive words used. I think you've told this person about themselves. They've gotten upset and it's held them back from being able to be actively involved because they've seen you as too. Maybe they just feel like you see through them. Knight of Cups in the reverse. No love being brought to the table. Yeah, so in the defensive, yeah. So there's definitely like barriers here between these two people. So is there any way to reconcile this? Because this is clearly a situation where two people have butted heads potentially numerous times over a long period of time. It's caused to a breakup of a relationship, feeling of broken heart, someone feeling left out in the cold. But there are signs that this person is kind of wanting to come back. But, you know, we don't want to just do one of those readings of saying, oh, you're one person from the past is definitely coming back and all this stuff. It's what's going to happen here. Do we have a story of progression about what may occur here? Lovers in the reverse and the Page of Cups. Okay, Lovers in the reverse is saying that, there's not much love remaining here. There's no partnership. And the Page of Cups, someone wanting to bring an offer. Why is the Lovers in the reverse? What is that telling us? The Lovers in the reverse. Six of Pentacles in the reverse again. Lack of equal give and take. Six of Pentacles in the reverse again. Lack of equal give and take. The Devil in the reverse. So this Devil is very much about something that like a beast that's been created that just has to be fed. So not feeding that beast, basically. Not giving to each other, not feeding the beast, because the beast is this negative interaction. Okay, fine. So at some point in the future, when this is all blown over, you know, maybe after some time, and there could be a Page of Cups, which is like an apology potentially. You know, some kind of like middle ground. Will this ever? Yeah, what needs to happen for this Page of Cups to occur, I guess? Judgment, there you go. There needs to be a rebirth of the situation. The situation needs to die completely. In order to be reborn, we must die completely. And in order to die, we have to have faith that we can let go of what has gone before and start a new life. I think you need to go and you need to start a new life, and I think this person needs to go and they need to start a new life. And let all of what has come before fall by the wayside. Any feeling of being deceived, any feeling of being deception, any feeling of being deceived, any feeling of being rejected, Seven of Swords, any feeling of kind of having to go out on your own, Five of Swords, any feeling of being defeated, you know, all this battling, all this sword energy, all these battles, coming into a Queen of Pentacles again. Yes, just focusing on your own abundance. Three of Cups, you know, like focusing on, friendships. You know, maybe getting back out there and celebrating again. Yeah, I think just being reborn in your own way. I think, you know, away from this person, basically. Time to go. Can't really make that up, can you? Fork in the road. Yeah, okay. So this person obviously has hit a fork in the road. You know, they decided to choose the other path, even though it kind of looked like they were sort of wanting to come back in, but then kind of not really doing so. And yeah, maybe they feel like, you know, they had to choose one way or the other, and then they chose to go the other way. And then we have for you the time to go. So we will read the time to go to finish up. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience, and there we go. It's over, or at the very least, the form this relationship has taken is no longer of service to you or to the other person. This is the time of letting go, of knowing the journey has come to its conclusion. That doesn't mean anything is lost. Although this card could speak to a breakup, drifting apart, or the end of a soul contract, it's more about release than destruction. Remember the saying, if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours. If not, it never was. Endings are always a sign of new beginnings. If you want something deeper, walk away. So go off on this path, you know, to the door that doesn't seem very clear at the moment. It's misty and in the distance. You know, take the fork in the road. Let's just read that anyway, seeing as it's here. Come on. Yes, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. So your obligation to make a necessary choice. So you need to choose this, Cancer. Choose the forward movement, choose the Queen of Pentacles, choose your own abundance, tapping into that and really getting into a zone of manifestation. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose, to open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to a mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. I actually think the forks in the road is about the page, and the time to go is about the King of Swords. So if you relate more to the kind of person who's been the in and out energy, struggling with the ego, being quite hot and cold, on and off, wanting to kind of come in from the cold and then not being able to do so, and not being able to give equally because of lack of physical abundance, then yes, it's time for you to choose your path, basically. If you relate more to the person who got sort of angry and defensive about the heartbreak which you experienced, and felt like you couldn't move on in the situation because you overlooked the fact that you had more abundance than this person, then yes, I think it's time to go, and it's time to focus on your physical abundance and move forwards. So I hope this was useful, and I will see you next time, Cancer. Bye-bye.